Right, I believe the camera should be this way, but if I need to adjust it, I'll have to do it. This is the older phone, the S8 this time. Oh, we're back in the woods again. Let's see what discussions we're going to have today. Never do know. Oh, last night. Oh. Went for taking the dogs for a walk along the railway track, and so it's country road to get to and from. So going on the country road. Oh, come here. I'm here. Where'd that person come from? Come here. Lucy here. Yeah, so going on that road, there was a cyclist. A friend went past the car first. Went past the cyclist first. I went wide a bit on the road to be able to get past, come out of it. Just as I was trying to go past the cyclist, suddenly she veered into the middle of the road. I must have missed her by a matter of 2 to 3 inches. That's it. 2 to 3 inches would have been the gap. Really, as I drove past her, because of the fact I couldn't do anything. It's a 60-mile-an-hour road. I was going at 30. I pulled down to 30 to be able to get past her. And as I say, just as I was going past her, she veered into the middle. She had some sort of headset on, so she couldn't hear that there was cars behind. Oh, jeez. Talk about someone who's going to die soon if she continues to do things as she is. It's absolutely insane. Lucy, spit it out. What are you going for? Now you lost your bot point, ain't you? Dosy. So I have to keep him back a bit because another one walked past the road. Oh, there's a sign. I wonder where the sign was. There it is. It's a lot further in than what I remembered it being. I was going, oh, we're on the right path. I can't see that sign. There it was. There you go. So here. There's a bit of a walk over there. Must be because there's. Oh, okay. Never been that area. Anyway, we're back to the houses. We come around here a lot. But yeah, come on. If you're a cyclist, you have to understand you don't have a metal cage around you. Okay, if you're on the road and you're doing stupid things like that, if you get hit, you will probably be dead. Certainly in a 60-mile-an-hour road. Okay? Because the driver is expecting you. Amber! Leave it! Lucy! Spit it out! Angela! That's for birdies. Get your stick. Here goes. Get your stick. Don't eat bread that's put there. You don't even know if it's poisoned. Could very well be. How do you know? God, you just don't know what people put down here. But any food they want to put in their mouth. They had their biscuit before we come. And their breakfast. They had breakfast every morning. I went and got some more breakfast today, so they had more today than what they normally have. I used to have milk with breakfast, but I stopped doing that when I realised, how bad it was for you. Because, okay, we'll talk about that a bit. The food we eat, well, especially we've got this coronavirus, and we know that, well, we should know. Unfortunately, not everyone does know. We should know that with this coronavirus, you're far more likely to die from it if you are unhealthy. So if you're unhealthy, it means diet. If your diet is unhealthy. Now, the thing of it is, we talk about fats all the time. Fats isn't what we should be talking about. Sugars are by far the worst thing. The amount of sugars that are in the food. And the wrong fats. Because you've got the wrong fats. For example, as I just said, milk. Milk is designed to do what? Cow milk is designed to do what? To fatten up the calf. Right? To help the calf to grow. It's full of carbs. And carbs do what? Produce fat, basically. Energy, mainly fat. If the energy isn't used, it produces fat. I'm not an expert in this, so I'm not trying to talk as if I am an expert. I'm just trying to talk. That's all, folks. But carbs, not so good. Bread, again, really bad. Incredibly high in carbs, but also high in sugar. really high in sugar. They put so much sugar in all the stuff we eat nowadays to try and get us to eat more of it. Try and get it to be addictive so we eat more of the stuff. And it's like, oh, it's just wrong. So many levels of wrong, what they do to the food. And they're actually harming people by doing that. The obesity issue is ever increasing. And now, again, I did a video yesterday saying that the church is responsible really for this cancel culture because they haven't spoken out. All the years when things have been going on that's been wrong, where the church should have spoken out and they haven't. Obesity is another one of these things. The church should be speaking to people in their congregation about being healthy. Because, as I've said all the time, you are a Christian. If you are a Christian, then your life does not belong to you, it belongs to God. If it belongs to God, then stop abusing the body that belongs to God. You gave your life to God, including your body. Stop abusing it. Stop making it so it's harder to use. How can you truly serve God if you are obese? Because you're going to struggle to get around. Your hips, your knees, your ankles are going to be knackered. By the time you're 45, 50, you're done. You're in a wheelchair. You can't really function in that body anymore if you keep on. Plus, you'll die younger. You're more likely to die from Rona. You're more likely to die from heart disease, from cancer, from all these other things. Because your body is in a terrible position after what you've done to it. It's in an awful position. Come here. Wait, Riley, come here. Now. Come here, Riley. Right, there's people here. Wait, get in now. Riley. Here. Come on. Lucy, come here. This is where it gets annoying with people. See, there's people there. What they're doing, they're just standing there, aren't they? I'm waiting for them to move. They can clearly see. Dogs have run up to them. I've called them back. They're just sitting there. Not helpful. Anyway, what I was saying about this issue. Let's stay around here for a sec, pups. We look at the houses, okay? If you are that way, then that's a problem for you. 1 second, I'm going to have to pause it. I've got a runner now. There we go. Got past the people. No, my point is, I'm not anti anybody in any way, shape or form. And if someone really decides that that's what they want to do with their life, they can do that. They can do that. But let's stop with all of the, fat is beautiful. It isn't. It seriously isn't. What you're doing to yourself is horrible. You're basically, it's like an alcoholic. You're a food holic, really. Not necessarily a food holic, and let's not exercise holic. And there are some people, let's deal. There are some people that are fat and do exercise. There are. But again, manage the situation. Look at your life. What are you doing? If you are consuming lots of carbs and you are not exercising every second of every day, you are going to get fat. You are going to put on weight. You're going to struggle to get rid of the weight because you are consuming tons of carbs. And, carbs is going to turn into fat. How? I don't know. I'm not an expert. Sugar certainly turns into fat. And the sugar they put into everything is not good for the body. There are foods with natural sugar. Even fat, your body has natural fat. That certainly if you are in a situation where you have extra body fat, I do. I have some love handles. Not a lot, because I do more walking now. But I have a little bit of love handles there. And it would be cool to get rid of them, I suppose. Well, that just means if I'm eating lots of cakes, crisps, drinking Coke, or that sort of stuff, well then it's going to be a problem. I think there's a belly cup top there somewhere. Is that where? There it is. There's helicopter. See? Oh, we see it, don't we? Hi. They're quite tiny. I think it's bigger in person. That when you see it up close, I think it's a bit bigger than that. It needs to be if you're going to get people in there, really, doesn't it? It always looks tiny from down here, though. But yeah, folks, come on. Even if you are relatively slim, you could still be incredibly unhealthy. Yeah, because some people do have quick or slow metabolisms. That is true. And that is something which people who are obese will then say, oh, but I've got a slow metabolism. Then don't eat as much and you don't need to. Right? If you've got a slow metabolism, it means the food stays in you for longer, right? You're not burning it off as quick, which means you don't need to eat anywhere near as much. The person with a fast metabolism needs to eat more because their body's burning it off quicker. You eat more, but you don't need to. You need to cut down, even if you're eating the same as someone who's similar to you. You need to cut down because you've got a slower metabolism. You can't use metabolism as an excuse for you gaining weight. You need to understand it. And again, doctors need to talk more about healthy eating and being healthy as people. Yeah, I had a go at Boris because of his cycling bit. Well, that's cycling. Again, there are other ways. Walking is a far better way of being healthy. A far better way of being healthy. Apart from don't walking was like this because I'm trying to walk my dogs. Yeah, there you go. There's me being a bit sort of, yeah. Walking is good, just don't walk anywhere near me when I'm trying to walk my dogs, please. That's just darn bloody inconsiderate. So stop it. You know, recognise who you're dealing with here. Yeah, it's me, royalty. Well, in my eyes, anyway. Royalty. I'm a child of God, so I'm a prince. So, you know, behave yourself. Stop trying to walk near me, please. Especially when I've got doggies. You want to walk in the wood? Then find out if I'm coming. If I'm coming to this woods, don't walk in it. Feel free to contact me. Yeah. Oh dear. No. As I say, I mean, with regards to weight is the same as you've got mental issues, you've got emotional issues, you've got physical issues. And spiritual issues. And certainly now, with the church being so absolutely flipping useless for years, spiritual issues are going to be there for people. They're going to have that as well. But that's why if you are married, help each other. Help each other to be dealing with the issues that you got. You can't be each other's counsellor. No. What you can do is be supportive to each other. You can do that. Right? So, as I said, MOT yourself. MOT your relationship. MOT your health. MOT your physical, mental, emotional and spiritual health. You know, so if there's anything that needs to be dealt with, you can, hopefully, at least you know it needs to be dealt with. You know, so as I said about the church being responsible in that one, I said the problem with that is that too many people in church try to absolve the church of their sins. You know, and therefore the church isn't looking at the true reality of how it has been and how God will judge the church. Because, you know, too many of us, you can't blame the church for this. Yeah, you can. Because if the church is to blame, you blame the church. As I said in that one, if you are supposed to be the light bringer and there's no light, who do you blame for the fact there's no light? The light bringer who isn't bringing the light. You know? Well, that really is down to the Christian. But the church's job is to equip the saints. Right? If it's not doing that, then who's to blame? Yeah, it really is very, very simple. Yeah, the people that have been running the churches need to step aside. Yeah, they need to step aside. We need to get the right people in charge of churches. I'm not saying that's me. I'm not in any way. Because I know me. like I had a phone call earlier because I said previously in a previous video, whether it's a walkie-talkie one in this woods, I don't know. But the police came because of the neighbours, and they forced me to go for a mental health check. Well, anyway, when that happened, the psychiatrist person said I would get a call from the representative in my doctor's surgery of mental health. Well, that happened this morning. And that person is talking to me about things. She said, do you ever get suicidal? That sort of thing. I said, no. I said, I don't. I said, because quite often with depression, it can be very much inwards. People beat themselves up about their life. I don't. I said, I have a go at others because it is other people that it's to blame. When it is other people to blame, that is. So if I've got neighbours that are being a pain in the butt, then who deserves to be beaten up for that? Me or them? Who deserves to suffer? But it's just, I don't do that. But that's why I don't hurt myself as a result of that. Because, I have a go at me for what I do. The things I do, I don't beat myself up anymore. I learned that is impractical. You learn from it, you repent. Simple. As a young person, you do all this stuff. I went to college years ago, and there was this chap in the college accommodation in the next room to me. He was a Catholic. And I spoke to him occasionally. And he said he was doing all this whipping himself. And sometimes he'd do that with sharp things in the whip to cut his back. That's a way of, getting rid of his sin. But there are many ways of doing that. And I was doing it not with a whip, just with mental and emotional, having a go at myself. And God said, stop doing it. Is it helpful? Well, no, not really. Well, then stop doing it. So it's like, no. As I said to the mental health person, I said, yeah. She said, do you take any medication? I said, no. So the reason I don't take any medication is quite simple. I have enough to deal with. I have to deal with the sleep apnea and the tiredness and the fatigue and all that to deal with that. I have to deal with the depression. I have to deal with, the fact that I can go from very calm to enraged in a second. And I have to learn how to deal with that, which I have. That's not too big an issue because I know how to control that, how to manage it. So that's cool. But if I then start taking medication, there are then, things that happen from the medication that I've then got to add to the things I've already got. So it's like, nah. And most medication doesn't work. You've got to trial and error with different medication. And a lot of medication for depression ends up depressing people even further. It gives them stomach cramps and all that. No thanks. No. I said to her, before I moved up to here, when I was in England, I was fine. I didn't even realise I had depression. It was only when I moved into, homeless accommodation, council homeless accommodation, that God told me that you've been fighting depression since childhood. And as soon as he told me that, it rushed in. There was no denying it then. It's like, oh right, okay. And all of a sudden it became a massive issue from being no issue that I knew of. That's the point. It was always an issue, but it was no issue that I knew of. Because that's the thing. What's an issue? You have issues that you don't even know of. And it's quite often, certainly spiritually speaking. Depression can be a demonic spirit, can be. Not necessarily it is, but can be. And because the whole point of depression is that it pushes you down. And it's a spirit that's job is to push you down. And the thing of it is, with demonic spirits and stuff like that, this is my understanding, and it's an understanding I got years ago from something, I don't know what. But my understanding was that as soon as you accept it, that it's there, it comes in fully. It comes in a lot more. And now it has the right to come in because you basically accepted it. You've given it permission by accepting it to come in more and to really be an issue in your life. So it's like, right, okay, I'd have been better off not accepting it to a certain degree. I mean, it's not as if in the years since it's been dealt with. It would be fine if God says, well, you've been fighting depression since childhood, but I'm going to deal with it. There you go, done. They'll be like, cool, done. You found another bot. Okay. Chewie found another bot. Didn't you, Chew? Hey? It's got water in it, that one, isn't it, Chew? Hey? There you go. It's Mollie. Hello, Mollie. How do you? He's a happy boy. Ginger. How's Amber? Hey? How's my gorgeous Ginger? Ginger. Gorgeous. Gorgeous Ginger. Here she is. Hello. Hello, gorgeous Ginger baby. Hello, Amber. There's my Bamba. Oh, it's gorgeous Ginger. She's a gorgeous Ginger baby. Hi, Luce. Lucy got sticky. Oh, there's Mollie Collie. Mollie, how you doing? How you doing, Mollie? You okay? Mollie, good? Right, we're heading back to car now. You can just see car through there. There's my car on the grass. Well, again, the car park completely full. Completely packed again. We've only bumped into a few people, but there's loads of cars in the car park. So there would have been at least 10 people in it. But thankfully, there's a number of areas to walk. So you can avoid people fairly easily here. So, yeah. Right, come on, get behind me. Behind. Behind. Come on. Behind. Behind. Right, stay behind. Stay behind. Mollie, behind. Get behind. Right, Lucy, behind. Riley, behind. Right, I'll leave you to it. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.